Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be another summer salad recipe. So this recipe is going to be super easy to whip up as always, and we are going to use very few ingredients as always, and a lot of them are of course staple ingredients. We are going to use black beans in the recipe and then also some navy beans in the sauce. So there's a lot of fiber in this recipe, very high fiber, and you guys know I love my high fiber meals. So it is actually summer-like weather and it is really hot. My AC broke, so I'm in the process of trying to get that fixed. We're gonna need it because it is gonna be a really hot one. So I'm just working on that, and so if I'm like really sweaty and shiny in the video, please excuse it. But yeah, so going back to the salad, we are going to be doing a series of really nice summer salad recipes, but these salads are going to be bulked up because we want them to be super filling and we want to be satisfied and we want to go many hours between meals, and we also want it to be a great picnic meal because it's summer and we want to bring things around with us. We want to go to the beach, we want to do picnics at the park, so we want something that is vegan, oil-free, healthy, is going to be high in fiber, will keep you full for a very long time. And yeah, the salad just meets all of that criteria and what I'm looking for when I want a substantial salad that's going to make me feel really full for a long time. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. So these are the very few ingredients you guys are going to need to make this salad. And again, you can use whatever you have on hand. So if you don't have these vegetables, just substitute them for whatever you do have. And of course, we are going to be using some quinoa in this Mexican quinoa salad. So super easy, just going to make your quinoa, and the instructions are on the package of your quinoa, but usually it's 2 cups of water and 1 cup of quinoa. And I'm going to be adding this broth in as well for some extra flavor. We find this broth at Costco, but I think you can find it at pretty much any grocery store these days. So I'm just going to add that to the water and allow it to boil, and then add my quinoa in. So you're going to want to reduce that heat once you actually put the quinoa in, and put the lid on and just keep it at a low to medium heat and allow it to absorb all the water, and it doesn't take very long, so just keep an eye on it. I always rinse my quinoa really well before eating it because if not, quinoa tends to bother my stomach, but if I rinse it, I'm good to go and everything's fine. So I'm just going to chop up these veggies. This is what I have on hand. This is what I'm going to be using, and I think it works really well with the salad. You can't go wrong with any kind of cherry tomatoes, and I did go ahead and cut them even smaller. You could just cut them in half and that would be fine as well, but I just cut them a little smaller. And then same thing with the cucumber, I'm just going to chop that down. I didn't add any greens to the salad this time, but sometimes I do add some spinach. If you have spinach or any fresh greens on hand, you can toss that into this salad and it's a really nice addition to it. So just something to note if you feel like you want to bulk it up even further or add even more veggies, then throw in a green as well. So I'm finding that I'm using a lot of cucumber these days. I love using cucumber in pretty much everything during the summertime. I think it's just because it's so hydrating that that's what I'm craving. So I've been buying a lot of cucumbers. I didn't plant any in the garden and I'm really regretting it this year because of the fact that I'm eating so many, and one of my kids is eating at least 1 cucumber salad a day, a big cucumber salad with like oregano. I should have planted some, but oh well. I will plant some next year. So yeah, I'm just throwing that quinoa in because now my water has come to a boil. I'm going to give it a nice mix and then put the lid on and reduce that heat and allow it to cook up. And this broth will add it, really nice flavor. But if you don't have it, don't sweat it. You don't need to put the broth in. It's just a little addition. Since I had it on hand, I'm going to add that extra flavor. So just cutting up those cucumbers. Again, you don't have to cut them as small as I am, but I just feel like I like the little pieces in the salad and this works best, but do whatever you prefer. And again, use whatever veggies you need to use up because we don't want food waste, or whatever you prefer. So this is what it looks like. This is everything that I cut up to place in my salad. Again, use whatever you have. We don't want food waste, but this is what I prefer in my Mexican quinoa salad. So yeah, and I'm gonna of course put some black beans in. So I have just canned black beans, whatever black beans you have. If you need to soak them, then do that and cook them up. But I'm just using these organic black beans that come in a can, and again, we find them at Costco. So I'm just going to throw the beans and the veggies in a large bowl, and then my quinoa has to cool off. It really needs to cool off for quite a while. So, you can make it ahead and just allow it to sit on your stovetop, and you could chop up everything and, do whatever you need to do. So I did make it and let it sit there for quite a while. I didn't want it hot because it'll just get really mushy if you start mixing the hot quinoa with the veggies and the beans. So keep that in mind. Allow your quinoa to cool fully before adding it to the salad. So yeah, I'm just throwing in all of my cut up veggies so I can start mixing them up. Then the next step after this is making the dressing, and I'm going to make a Mexican spiced themed dressing to add to this salad, which I think will be a really nice addition. I really like this salad, and I think this sauce is going to be one of my staple dressings so that I can use in a variety of different salads. So yeah. Now I just had to go pick some fresh herbs. I'm going to be using parsley in this recipe, so this is what I picked. And I'm not sure what the quantity is. You guys will have to bear with me here. I'm just starting to measure things out as I make my recipes. Normally, I'm one of those people that just throws everything into, the blender or whatever I'm making. So yeah, 3/4 cup of the navy beans. Those are just canned navy beans, and that's going to be a base of our sauce. And these are the spices that I used in the dressing. So very, very simple. I'm just going to throw everything in my old 30-year-old Vitamix and just blend that up, and it's going to be perfect. And remember, if you want it a little bit more watered down, then add extra water. Some people like thicker dressing, some people like runny dressing, so it really depends on preference here. So yeah, just throw in all of your spices, your beans, everything goes in. You can do this again in a processor or whatever you have that will make it easier for you. And if you don't have either of those, then I guess you could mash the beans, but that would take quite a while. But I guess if you really needed to, you could. So I will have the complete recipe in the description box below, so don't stress about the measurements and how much I'm putting in. Just take a look at the description box and that will tell you. But yeah, you also want to, accommodate how thick or thin you want it. So you might add more water, like I said. And also, these are the spices I used, but use whatever you prefer. So I fluff up my quinoa and allow it to fully cool, like I said earlier. And yeah, this is what it looks like. I love quinoa. It's super filling and super nutritious. And then this is how the dressing turned out once I blended it all up. I just added it to a mason jar. That way any extra is easily stored in the fridge. But this is what it looks like. I love the color. It's just really, really appealing as well. Sometimes it's not just the taste, but it just has to look good. And this sauce is one of those sauces. It just really looks good. So as you can see with the consistency, I don't like it super runny, but I don't want it super thick. I'm kind of in between, I suppose. So yeah, this is all of the components that we need to make the salad. I've got my quinoa, my cucumber, my tomatoes, my black beans, my parsley. I'm just going to mix all that up and then add my dressing. I didn't add any salt or pepper to this recipe. You could to your serving if you wanted to, but yeah, I didn't add any extra salt at all. And it tastes fantastic, so really it's up to you if you want to do that or not. So this salad is perfect for taking on the go during our summer adventures. It's great for meal prep as well. The only thing I would not add in is the dressing until you are serving it. So just put it in a little container, take it along with you, and then dress it when you're about to eat. But yeah, this salad is a perfect picnic meal. It is a perfect salad to bring to any barbecue. If COVID regulations allow get-togethers where you live, then this is a perfect meal to bring along with you. So just going to add that quinoa in and then mix everything thoroughly, and then you're just going to plate it and then add the dressing. So if everybody was eating at the same time, I'd probably add what I thought was enough dressing and serve it. But I actually prefer just putting it into the bowls, each serving, and then adding the dressing or allowing others to decide how much dressing they want. I also add extra parsley to my serving, but again, it depends on if you are a parsley fan or if you like any herbs for that matter. But yeah, I am adding it into the salad, so you can see me putting it in. I'm going to give it a mix, but I add a little bit extra to my actual serving. So the salad is super quick to make, which is great too. Sometimes you're in a pinch, especially in the summer. We're busy, we get home tired, so we just want to make something quick, but we also want healthy and we don't want to turn to takeout. So this salad is a perfect way of not turning to that takeout because the quinoa doesn't take very long to make. Really, that's the only time consuming part of this whole recipe is making the quinoa and allowing it to cool off, because veggies chopped up, you always have that accessible. You can do that in a pinch. You can grab some herbs and chop that up quickly too. I didn't even chop it up. I just used my hands and ripped it up and put it in. So it is such an easy recipe to put together. Let me know if you try out the recipe and tag me on Instagram if you do. I'd love to see your creation or your spin of my recipe if you've changed anything up. But yeah, tag me and let me know. I would love to see some of your creations. Also, let me know in the comments below what other types of videos you'd like to see, and that way I can get working on those. Yeah, so in this clip, you're gonna see I'm just dressing it. That's, how much I'm putting on, and then I'm allowing whoever's eating it to mix it up and add further sauce if they want to, because you don't want to over sauce it and then people don't want to eat it. So it's better to go easy on the sauce and then decide if you want more after. But yeah, this is definitely a favorite salad in my home. Of course, we've got the high protein that's going to keep us energized, and we are usually more active in the summertime, so this will keep us fueled and ready to go for our summer adventures. So I hope you found this recipe helpful. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, everyone, and stay healthy. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks for all the support. And again, let me know in the comments below what other types of videos you'd like to see. I am working on a couple that have been taking me a while, but I know that a lot of people are really wanting the quick recipes right now, so I'm trying to focus on that again and put other things on the back burner. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what other types of videos you'd like to see, what other types of recipes you'd like me to try out, and we can get working on those. Thanks again for being here. Stay healthy, everyone. Love you.